truck is lifted up. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and install the cats back in, and then the pipe comes. This is the turbo install for the 2006 to 2012 Dodge Durango. We already have the air box out. For this install, you're going to get your piping, blow off valve. This is all for the charge side. So let's go ahead and start. We'll remove the air box from here. The hosing you have for the air box from the PCV system is here, which we have it to an oil catch canister and route it back into the piping, but we'll get to that.
You want to put those up right now? Yeah. Okay. Change over, we're going to go ahead and install the cap, which is your V-band to connect to the turbo. We're not going to be able to get it close up, so this is the angle you'll have to work with.
Okay, so I have the O2 sensors wired back up. All of that is on there. Now we're gonna go ahead and go from the V band. So I'll face it this way.
Ready? Here. You already have the camera back there?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna have to see the camera.
Oh,
That's fine.
you're gonna have to feed the pipe through.
Okay. So now we're underneath the truck. We're ready for our V-band connection to feed through.
Simultaneous with the turbo mount.
The turbo mount.
Which will be specified on the inside.
So we're gonna go ahead and just pass this through right now. We have to go in between the spring and the axle. And on that side, we have a cross member. DJ Meow Meow's pointing right to it. So we're gonna have to go in between that, and we can see our V-band on the other end. Okay, so let's go ahead and feed this through. Right there.
Gotta lift that rear end up. It'll be easier if you grab it from the T3. And now you feed through. And we're at V-band.
Okay,
Said location has been reached.
so now is the time we want to install our turbo. As you can tell, you will run your feed line through the spare tire compartment to your turbo. We have power running to it, but we'll get to that later. Intercooler is mounted to the subframe here.
Tire whip situation. Cable. Insert. That's why you want a support cable. You see that shit? See that shit? Line up said holes. Now since you inserted the jaunt on one side already, go ahead, insert jaunt in section 2. Have to move this.
You want me to pull it forward?
Pull it down. No, it should be facing down. I don't know why it's actually up. I didn't notice that.
Okay, I can push it over.
It's on my whole thing, dude. I don't need it there. Fuck.
That put away from the turbo so we can mount it.
Place it completely down and it will mount easily. All holes will line up. Just can't see this. Where's the gun?
Okay, now that the turbo's mounted, we'll go ahead and put the T3 to where it needs to go. And connect it back on the V-band. Wait. Okay. Is it there?
No. Hang on.
Something's not fitting.
It should fit right there. Do you need to back out or go in?
It's not going flush. It's like it turned. Well, we have to lower the pre-cat down.
The header.
Yeah, it might have gone up a little bit. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and connect the V-band on there, and it mates up. So you have to release the catalytic, the pre-cat screws. Don't tighten them all the way down. Make sure that this has enough flex to go up or down. So let me just okay. Now we just need to make sure it's flush. And you want to make sure you have access to tighten this. Do you have it, the turbo mounted already?
The T3 mounts immediately as the flange is being installed, so it's flat back here on the turbo already.
Okay.
If you follow the instructions and mounted the turbo first, your T3 should be on your turbo now.
With the gasket.
With gasket included.
Okay. We're getting there.
So you want power tools.
Use them if you got them. Oh, of course I lost it. It's already hand tightened. I just need to fasten it.
I'll hold that top down.
And then we'll go check on the back and see what that looks like.
Back is
And try not to over tighten it, because if this snaps, just make sure that you have no motion there anymore. I can't tell you how many foot-pounds. We don't work that way.
I wasn't ready to tighten it. Yes, you.
Do you need it looser?
Oh, never mind now.
I think we're still tight here. No, it did snap into place. So that's good right there. It's snug again. And now we'll fasten those back up there. But let's take a look. We are going to turn to a different angle. Right now, have you plugged in the oil line? Not yet.
Not
okay.
yet.
I see that. At this point in time, your intercooler should be mounted. To the bottom subframe, your spare tire compartment removed. still have all of these that we can start running now. So we're gonna start with, I believe this one goes from the intercooler out. You gotta pay attention to where you're walking. One underneath. We're gonna take the straight pipe. Okay. We're not tampering with any battery stuff, but still, you always want to unplug it before you start pulling parts. Last thing you want is to catch a short. Okay, just need to get the right angle here. We'll pass this in between the battery tray. And be careful with that wire. We should be on there. Let's fasten everything down. I need a clamp. There it is. Now, as far as when you're taking all of this air box and running and venting, I'll make it as simple as possible. You have a port back here. That you're gonna have to get a small bit and drill into it. But you have the port there already. You'll just have to drill into it and put your vacuum line. We have a gauge already up to the cabin, which this plugs into your blow-off valve. You have an extra port for your catch canister, and This is really difficult for it to stay in here, especially when you're generating high boost. So just what we did here, the grommets keep pushing the sensor out. There's no way to keep it in there. I guess you can do a grommet, drill it larger, or just press this on. It has some electrical tape. And the zip tie to hold it in place, because 10 pounds of boost will blow anything out. This pipe will pop if you don't fasten it properly, but everything is preset. Just these other ones that you're gonna have to tighten. Oh no. And you want to make sure these are fastened very tight, almost to the point of stripping. You're just gonna have to use the force on that one.
You're gonna forget, okay? Look. Luckily you won't have that problem, okay? But I promise you.
Okay, so we have the sensor in, zip tie over, and we'll get back to that. This is already fastened. Run this here, and we'll just button this up later. You're gonna get all of the hardware in there, so you just install it the same way I'm installing these, and you will be alright. These hoses work like Chinese finger traps, so once it bites in there, it's not gonna come off. Okay, so let's see what he has cooking over here. Before we install the, I guess we can install the oil feed line, you'll have to run it through. Your pump sits up here. It's got to run through, tie in. Let's put this clamp in there. And very important, you're gonna have to prime the turbo. Now, in this kit, you're gonna receive a 12-volt switch that you'll have to install in the battery. For this one, I had sent it in. We got it wired to an ACC source, so it works with a key, but unfortunately, that's a very difficult process and very pricey. So we'll just go ahead and get fuse, relay, toggle switch, wire that goes to the back of the pump. The ground, it goes wired right in to your frame, and you'll have power to the pump. And the pump has to have oil. Luckily, once it's primed, you won't have to check it. I guess every oil change you'd want to make sure you have enough, unless you're you'll get your L brackets, not these kind, they're going to be similar, but you'll get your L brackets. The measuring process is a little difficult, but you'll be able to handle it. Now these, you want to make sure it's tight, because it does build pressure and it will blow this thing out. Once again, almost to the point of stripping. You gotta finesse it. If you guys want a tutorial on how to pre-drill all of these, let me know in the comments, and I'll show you the drill bit sizes, the procedures I used, if that's something you guys want. Well, now that the turbo is mounted, the boost controller. It's gonna be, you're gonna get
Pre-fitted hosing.
Pre-fitted hosings, T's included, and routing will take care of it right now.
That goes to the bottom one of the turbo.
No, this one goes to your top of the wastegate. The one coming out, the L, goes to the top of the wastegate. I can't see. Now the ones that are teed, one goes to your
over the snail.
front, over the snail, and the other short piece goes to the back of the wastegate, which is to the valve that presses down. And you just want to make sure it's away from the hot side. You will get a little dump pipe for this, just nothing fancy. Oil pump is going to come included because we've put man hours into seeing which ones work the best, and bar none, these get the job done for sure for the longest. They've been tested under hours and hours of constant use, and we do not have a video for that, unfortunately. So now that we're ready, I guess we can prime the oil. Let's go ahead and handle that. DJ Manuel, take it from here.
That cable that's down at the bottom, clockwise to tighten, counterclockwise to loosen. This is how you'll be dropping your original tile.
Let's see what he's talking about. Let's see. Oh, it's tight. Okay. Okay. Now, how did you lock that in there? They're going to want to know that, because that's a neat trick. Extra support for your turbo. We'll go over that right now as well. Go ahead.
First. You will be sent the hardware once again, there is a cutout, and this is where most of your piping and hosing is going to run. All of these are pre-drilled spots, so you won't have to do much. But it just jams and keeps everything from sliding. Keeps that turbo safe.
Okay, so you have the oil down there, or?
No.
Okay.
This is very simple. Pre-fill some oil. Okay, whatever you estimate to be low.
And we're running 0-20 because of the temperature out here. It's pretty cold. It can get pretty cold, so you want oil to always pump there, so we're running 0-20. Do you have the keys?
Okay, you can close in on that. Oh, you did. There you go. Once again, hopefully you're getting a shot of that. And I can show y'all here.
Are you ready?
Yes, you should be able to see the level. Okay. Yeah. You could spin the blade if you feel like it. Always helps the oil drain faster. So I'm just going to pour all that in there because I was pretty much low on that. And there you are. Pretty much all the way to the bottom, buddy. And that's how you'll prime it. Once again, then you take this out. And by now you should have known that there is a hole on that canister that you will be setting in your cold ass vacuum line. There we go. You know what? I went backwards. Apologize. As you can tell, there was plenty of oil already. It's just I went backwards. There you go.
Okay, so at this point in time we can start connecting the piping for your charge side. Now once again, you will get all of these pre-fitted. For your application, for this application, a 2006, 2012 Dodge Durango.
Insert that in. There you go. Okay.
And make sure all of them are fastened, because you want to have fun, don't you? Oh, this one's like
Some 10s or some 8s. You should have that one.
I think in the kit we're just gonna send those T-bolt clamps, which those are 10s, and you'll get new ones in your kit. And all of these couplings as well, they'll be included on your kit. So like I said, everything's gonna be pre-measured for you to just bolt it on in a series of hours.
Get a buddy, it'll go faster.
He's got to know what he's doing though. You can't just have him watch, you know. That's what this video's for your buddies to watch. We'll move to the other side. We have a lot of moisture out here, which is terrible on cars, but depending on where you're at, it should be alright. It's alright. This has been on for months.